Hi Scorpio, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is Thursday, May 14th, 2020. This is a general love reading for the sign of Scorpio for this upcoming week in May. Because it's general, it can't pertain to anything relationships or otherwise. Be flexible with the energy. Don't be concerned about the gender of the cards. You can mix and match the roles within the reading. You might feel like I'm reading for you. You might feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. Parts of the reading may resonate, other parts may not. Take what does and leave behind what doesn't. My intention is to reach those that need the message and will benefit from it in some way. So hopefully that's you, Scorpio. Hopefully you'll get something out of this reading that you feel is worthwhile. If you're new, first of all, welcome. Thank you for joining me. And if you want more detailed information regarding my readings and my videos, check the description box below. For returning viewers, thank you so much for coming back and viewing more of my readings. I appreciate it tremendously. So let's get started. I have pre-shuffled my decks and let's see what's going on for Scorpio. Here we go. We're going to start off with the Two of Pentacles paired with the Nine of Swords. Nine of Pentacles. The Hierophant in reverse. 10 of Cups in reverse. The Page of Cups. 5 of Wands in reverse. And then the Two of Wands. So Scorpio, I do feel like you might be getting ready to make a decision, or you're trying to kind of weigh your options and figure out what to do about something, but it's causing you a significant amount of grief, might be causing you a lot of anxiety and worry, maybe internal conflict with the Nine of Swords, 5 of Wands down here. I do feel like you're in a decision-making process. Or again, weighing out the pros and cons, trying to determine what the right path is to take. But it's causing you a lot of anxiety, maybe a little fear. Oops, I'm shuffling the same deck. You might feel like whatever decision you make may cause other people grief or disappointment. With the 10 of Cups down here, but I do think you mean well. Whatever this is that whatever decision you have on your mind right now, I do feel like you mean well. I do feel like you have positive intentions. The Nine of Pentacles, Hierophant in reverse here. These two cards have me a little confused right now, so I'm going to wait to get some more cards out here and see what else we get. So let's see what more we can find out for you, Scorpio. The Sun. 3 of Swords in reverse, clarifying the Nine of Swords. King of Cups in reverse. Six of Swords. Seven of Wands. Justice. Four of Swords. And then the Ace of Swords in reverse. So what I'm getting is you're really trying to gain some clarity on this decision. You're really trying to figure out what you want to do. But I feel like for some reason, whatever decision you're trying to make, this could be related to a connection. It could be related to some kind of thing that you're pursuing. I get the feeling like you're worried that whatever decision you make, even though you feel like it's right for you, is going to cause grief for other people. That somehow, for whatever reason, and this is a little perplexing to me, Scorpio, so just bear with me, you are feeling a little bit on the defense because whatever you feel decision is right for you, whatever you feel, what you feel is right for you, for whatever reason, will cause grief or disappointment for others. So you are, I don't know if it's that you're deciding whether or not to let this go because you think it's going to cause problems for other people. Maybe you're trying to convince yourself this is not what you want after all because you know that it will cause problems for other people, cause maybe some chaos or conflict. And so maybe you're trying to decide, is this really right for me? Is this what I want to do? Because if it causes grief for other people, is it ultimately going to be good for me? But it feels like a personal decision. It feels like something very significant to your own life. And it could have to do with an emotional connection. And I say that because I feel like maybe you've avoided making emotional connections for a while. You've kind of been on your own for a while. I feel like you're the King of Cups in reverse. You've left emotions at the door. You're really not interested. Maybe you haven't been interested in making an emotional connection, an intimate romantic relationship, and you've kind of been happy on your own, doing just fine, going along your merry way, not allowing emotions to affect you in any way, shape, or form has kind of led you to this energy, this Nine of Pentacles, which can be a nice energy to be in because you're doing well for yourself, financially stable, enjoying your life the way you want to enjoy it. But now I get the feeling that with the Hierophant in reverse and the Six of Swords, you might be wanting to move away from that. You might not be feeling like this is right for you anymore. Maybe you want to make a change. Maybe you want to explore a new connection. Maybe you want to meet somebody new. Maybe you feel like you're ready for it. But for some reason, that decision would ultimately affect other people in a negative way, which has me very confused. Because if you're happy, if you make a decision for yourself that ultimately makes you happy, wouldn't that make other people happy too, Scorpio? I mean, that's logical, right? If you're close to somebody and they see Scorpios happy and made some good positive decisions for themselves, especially in the area of relationships or romance, that should make the people around you happy for you. Not conflicted or disappointed, but I get the feeling that that's what you think. So let's get some more cards out, Scorpio, and see what else is going on. We have the King of Wands. And then the Two of Cups. The Hierophant again in reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Six of Wands in reverse. Five of Swords. Eight of Swords in reverse. And then the Eight of Cups. Okay, so I think that the King of Wands is also your energy. I want to remind you, if you're a female viewer, because I know that more than 80% of my viewers are female. And so when the Kings come out, just bear in mind, this is all about the card's energy. It's not about actual gender. So you can embody this kind of energy. The King of Cups, again, is just someone who's kind of emotionally removed, maybe emotionally unavailable, distant, disconnected on that emotional level. And certainly females can embody this kind of energy. I just feel like you're a very single energy, someone who's just kind of focused on yourself right now, but I feel that you may be moving away from that. With the Hierophant coming out twice now, you feel like this is no longer the right direction for you, that you need to move past this kind of, you know, being by yourself. Maybe you do want to test the waters within a relationship and a connection. But I think that you're the King of Wands energy as well, which to me, this is somebody who's a very, this is a natural born leader, somebody who's very ambitious, somebody who's very ambitious, somebody who likes to go after what they want, is not afraid of a challenge, somebody who can lead other people. This is somebody that others look up to for guidance, advice. You could be a business owner, a manager. You could be some kind of, you know, this person can be in any kind of position of power or authority. And again, manages other people, looks after other people, is responsible in some way for others. Whether that's in the business sense, could be family, that kind of thing. But I feel like this decision of yours, this potential decision of yours to test the waters with regard to an intimate, possibly a romantic connection, maybe explore the idea of making a connection, for whatever reason, has you worried or concerned that it's going to affect other people in a negative way. And it could be because you are embodying this King of Wands energy. Again, you have a certain level of responsibility when it comes to other people. And so maybe your personal connections, if you were to make any, would get in the way of that or interfere with your responsibilities, expectations that you have right now of yourself. Because there's a strong sense, again, that if you were to explore the idea of making a personal connection, that it would cause problems for other people. Conflict, or maybe be the downfall of your organization or your company or your business, because then your focus is not on that, right? It's not on the people that work for you or the people that work around you, but it's more focused on a personal connection for yourself. So again, I feel like you're struggling with that. And for whatever reason, it feels like you're making a decision. Maybe you're thinking about approaching somebody or trying to make a connection with somebody, but you're worried about that, because if you do actually make a connection, then again, it's going to be detrimental to whatever situation you're currently in, where you do have responsibility or others are relying on you in some way, shape, or form. So interesting, Scorpio. Again, there are certainly plenty of leaders or people who have responsibility regarding others, whether, you're a business owner or a politician or a leader of some sort, or someone who organizes things for other people or groups or whatever that is for you. Just because you have that level of responsibility doesn't mean you shouldn't be emotionally happy and invested in your own personal well-being with regard to someone who makes you happy. Right, Scorpio? So anyway, let's get this next set out, see what else we have. Devil in reverse. There's the Nine of Swords again. Two of Swords in reverse. Five of Pentacles again in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse. Queen of Cups in reverse. The Star. And then the Ace of Swords in reverse again, clarifying the Ace of Swords in reverse. So it's possible, I'm just going to throw this out there because I feel like this set of cards, and I haven't really talked about this a whole lot because it's been confusing for me, but I feel like what's on your mind, and it's possible that you might be, one of your decisions might be to leave your current situation behind so that you can explore your other options specifically related to an intimate connection. That for whatever reason you have to completely leave your current situation behind in order to have an opportunity to explore love or romance or something to that effect. Because this is what this potential relationship has you feeling right now. Grief, sorrow, anxiety, frustration, maybe sleepless nights, maybe depression. I mean, I don't... I guess I'm having a hard time understanding why this kind of energy is here. I guess... you could be admired or kind of this beloved figure, for example. Maybe even kind of revered or put up on a pedestal by the people who you lead or guide, or let's say, for example, I'm trying to think of a good example. I guess you could be like a, let's say you're a pop star. Okay, so that's not a leader necessarily, but you certainly do have influence, right? If you're a pop star, you probably have plenty of teeny boppers who are madly in love with you, and your exploration of a relationship or connecting with somebody would certainly cause problems for the people who care about you, because then their feelings would be hurt. They'd be feel put out, because then, you know, their love of their life in their head is now connected to somebody, and they never, you know, they don't have a chance with you. I'm just using that as an example. I know it's not a real good real life example. But maybe one of you out there is a pop star and you're considering on having some kind of romantic relationship, and you know it's going to make your followers feel bad because you have this connection. I don't know. I'm just putting that out there. The other thing that came into my head is, I don't know why, but anyway, a religious leader, for example. Someone who others follow, someone who others look up to. And maybe that whole idea of having this intimate connection, a relationship, whatever, just doesn't fit into your image. And I'm using religious as because, you know, let's say you're a priest or whatever, you know, that you're not expected to have an intimate connection or romantic relationship. It's not what people expect of you. You know what I mean? So you've avoided that. it's possible too with this Nine of Pentacles, and then we have the Five of Pentacles. It's possible too that this decision that you're making might affect, again, your position or your standing within a group of people, or the type of job you have, or whatever it is you do on a regular basis. It would have an effect on that. And ultimately, you would have to not only leave that position behind, but it also would cause you to leave behind what you've come to know, your comforts, maybe even a financial level of security. Does that make sense, Scorpio? This is a really interesting reading. It's intriguing because I really am curious to know what kind of person would be in this position, and the only things that are coming into my head are those extreme kind of examples. But I can't imagine I'm doing a reading for that type of person, but maybe I am. Maybe I am. Tell me in the comments below if you're dealing with this. I want to know. Tell me, Scorpio, I want to know. Okay, let's get this last round out and see if we can't get any more information. So there is the Moon in reverse. Knight of Swords in reverse. Five of Wands. Again, this time in the upright position. Six of Cups in reverse. King of Cups again in reverse. Seven of Cups. There's the Hierophant again in reverse for the third time. And then the Five of Swords again. Do I have the, yeah. Is the Five of Swords out here? Yeah. But it's in reverse this time. Okay, honestly, I'm getting that same thing. It's almost like Cancer, you're loved by many. You have this star power about you. There's a star power about you, and so maybe people don't expect that you would want or need that intimate connection, that one-on-one connection with another person, because you have so many that admire you and adore you and consider you as an important connection in their life. And so exposing your desire to possibly make a connection is not only scary for you, but revealing this information also would result in the downfall of your position, you having to walk away from what you know and what you love, and maybe you don't love it anymore. Maybe you're done with this. I just get the sense that this is this extreme turning point in your life, Scorpio, that you are getting ready to make a decision that's meant for you. Because you shouldn't have to worry to this level. You shouldn't have to have this kind of anxiety, fear. We've got the Knight of Swords that came out in this set of cards. I can't stop looking at this set of cards because it's just, it's tormenting. It makes me feel bad for you, because if the potential for love or connection, a Two of Cups type of connection, brings you this kind of grief, I mean, that's really sad. It just doesn't make sense to me, but it feels like that's what you're moving toward. That's what you want. But you also feel like you have to let go of everything else if you do choose this. You also have to be willing to expose this information to those you know and love. and you might feel like you're going to lose respect. Maybe you feel like you'll lose loyalty, commitment, compassion, and love from those that you know and trust right now if you choose this path. This is a bizarre reading, Scorpio. I mean, if I'm being honest, this is a crazy reading. I don't think I've ever had anything like this before. It's really different. And I hope I'm not insulting you by saying that. It's just, it's a perplexing reading to me. I mean, obviously, part of that is because I've never been in this kind of situation before. I've never had to deal with this kind of situation before, so I can't even imagine what it would be like to be in your shoes right now. But I'm also having a hard time accepting that this is a situation that someone would be dealing with, because if you're exploring the potential to maybe make an intimate connection that would be good for you, why wouldn't those that love and care for you and are loyal to you and feel compassion and you know, respect for you, why wouldn't they be happy for you embracing something like that? Do you know what I mean, Scorpio? That's why I'm so confused, because I feel like you feel like you're going to lose everything that you know and love if you move in this direction, if you make this choice. And so you're considering leaving this all behind altogether. You're considering just letting this go without gaining any clarity ultimately, because it's causing you so much grief to think about it. And maybe you're feeling that because you're feeling this level of grief, that obviously that's a sign that it's not the right thing for you. Do you know what I mean, Scorpio? That maybe you're thinking that this is my intuition telling me this is not the right direction to go, this is not what I should be doing. So with the Devil in reverse coming out here in your underlying set of cards, what I am getting is that at the very least, it's probably time to talk about this with maybe at least someone that you're especially close to, somebody you know you can trust, to get out of this devil energy. Maybe you need to expose the secret, expose this information, let somebody know what's on your mind, what you're thinking about, what you're trying to decide, so that you can work through this with somebody you trust, somebody you know is loyal, somebody who you know won't, you know, go spreading this information around if you don't want it to be known widely by others, that kind of thing. So we're going to get a Dreams of Gaia tarot card. Maybe we can get some advice or some words of encouragement from Spirit through one of these cards. I feel you just need some kind of positive encouragement, some wise words that will leave you feeling better about the situation. I'm going to take this card. And it's the Three of Cups in reverse, which came out in your cards, in your reading, with the King of Cups. So again, I get the feeling this Three of Cups to me is about disruption within a group dynamic. And the Dreams of Gaia tarot cards do have more significantly detailed meanings, so I am going to read this out of the book, and then we're going to wrap this up. Three of Water in reverse, very short paragraph, and I will display the card for you in the upright. It's a beautiful card. Okay, here we go, Scorpio. The Three of Water reversed appears in order to caution us against weighing down a potential outcome with the burden of our expectations. Make sure your hopes and desires are realistic and let go of those that are not. Free yourself of the binding nature and weight of unrealistic expectations, and in doing so, allow the outcome you seek to manifest in its own way and time. Remember, the more you expect, the more disappointed you will be if the future you hope for does not unfold as you imagine. I think this indicates you might be making a bigger deal out of this than it is, dare I say, that maybe you are building this up to be something that it's actually not going to be. Maybe you're anticipating these reactions from these people that you care about. You're anticipating their reactions, and maybe it's not going to turn out that way at all. I do feel like there is a certain level of confusion surrounding, this possible exploration of a connection or relationship. And you know what? It's a justified move for you. It certainly should be, if it, And I just get the feeling like you're anticipating something that may not transpire the way you originally thought it would. So I'm going to leave that here, Scorpio. I hope this reading gave you something to work with, confirmed some feelings, helped you out in some way, shape, or form. I can feel the frustration, the level of anxiety. I can see it. It's blatant in this reading. So I certainly feel for you. I hope all the best. I wish you all the best, and I hope that you can work through this. So thank you so much for joining me. If the reading did resonate, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you if this reading resonated. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Scorpio.